Another day, another one of my favorites bites the dust. Now, at this point, I shouldn't be surprised, but after the trailer for the live-action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I was really excited for this show. It appeared to have similar aesthetic to the beloved animation, wholesome humor, real stakes in the story based on the original series and pretty good casting, but all that good faith lasted only a few days, because all it took was for the actors and creators of the Netflix show to start discussing it during their press tour, for everyone to realize that this is just another case of Hollywood creators completely misunderstanding the point of the original series and throwing important storylines and character development out the window. For the sake of, I don't even know what to call it at this point. It's not political correctness, it's just pretending that some issues don't exist for the sake of not offending anyone. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. Original Avatar: The Last Airbender was a show that was wonderful at everything. And when I say everything, I really mean everything. Amazing world building, magic system, storylines and themes in the story, character development and meaningful backstories, promises and payoffs, as well as a huge dose of fun.
Sneak attack! Sokka, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
Adventure and humor, with a sprinkle of memorable background characters and inside jokes.
My cabbages! My cabbages! This place is worse than Omashu!
And the character of Sokka and his journey was instrumental to the success of that show. In many ways, I would describe him as one of the most beloved characters from the original series. Full of endearing qualities as well as some pretty significant flaws he had to overcome during his journey. Starting out the story as a lonely boy, left with an immense burden to take care and defend the village full of elders, women and children when all the other men had gone to war with the Fire Nation. Having a very sexist attitude toward all of the women in his life, treating his sister Katara as a nuisance and proclaiming that women are not allowed or never will be great warriors, underestimating them, being proven wrong and then learning from his mistakes, maturing and growing throughout the story like all of us should in life. And pairing that significant character development with an adorable demeanor and sarcastic uncharted type of humor instantly made him a fan favorite.
What could you possibly do for a country of depraved little fire monsters?
I'm gonna throw them a secret dance party.
Go to your room!
That was then. This is now, apparently. As a member of the cast recently said, we took out the element of how sexist Sokka was. I feel like there were a lot of moments in the original show that were iffy. Now let's think about this for a second. All stories and movies that are iconic and timeless are teaching movies. And I don't mean pandering and lecturing. Great stories teach us something either about the world around us or about ourselves. They show us who we could become if only we grew and changed, if we were braver, smarter, kinder. Taking out the flaw of Sokka's character makes his story meaningless, delegating him to a secondary comic relief, a goofy sidekick with no story arc of his own. And for a family show aimed at kids, there might be, and bear with me here, might be a reason why we have a character who is a 13-year-old boy who goes from feelings like girls are icky to learning, growing, to respecting his female companions. His sexism wasn't played for jokes or malice, but had a purpose in his story. And ditching the storyline and his flaw is a part of a worrying trend in movies and TV shows these days. The need for our heroes to be perfect, politically correct, and unproblematic, which robs us of an opportunity to learn things about universal human behaviors through them. The original show had a huge impact on its audience, and the morality tales embedded in it are timeless. They don't need to be fixed or updated because we still face these issues today. We might have the same flaws as Sokka did. Why do we feel the need to make it more digestible, bland, and less challenging than the show that was aimed at 8-year-olds? Are we confusing depiction of problems and shortcomings with promoting them? In the end, of course, I will try to watch and enjoy this show. But right off the bat, they lost a huge chunk of my interest here. There is no need to downplay these issues or make characters flawless, because all it does is send a message that we are all pretending. Writers are pretending that we live in a perfect world where nothing bad ever happens. Audience is pretending that they like these stories, even though they are devoid of character and meaning. And we are pretending that we are perfect, always virtuous and unproblematic, which is not true and never will be. I find it more comforting to have a story about a flawed, misguided character that grows and changes than about perfect people who learn nothing and only lecture everyone. I'll take sexist Sokka any day, because then when his story arc ends and he becomes an amazing warrior, a capable man, and a wonderful lover, I have something to admire. Hello, editing Maya here. I had to interrupt myself because I filmed this audio 2 days ago. Yesterday I was too lazy to edit it. I'm so glad that I didn't upload it, because today, unfortunately, we learned that there are more things that the creators decided to omit or replace in this version of Avatar. As I've said in this video, Avatar really was a show that was amazing at everything. But I should have stressed how important characters are when you're creating a story. You can have the most wonderful world, you can have the most wonderful magic and battles and CGI, but if you don't have real people in the story with real life struggles, then your audience will never connect to it. As of now, we've learned that not only is Sokka not gonna go through any sort of transformation, Aang's story is gonna be different. There's not gonna be any side quests and adventures, literally everything that made this show special, because they want him to be more focused on the mission, when that's really the opposite of who Aang is as a character. The great tragedy of his character is that he just wants to be a kid, but has this immense responsibility to entire world to learn how to defeat the Fire Nation. But he just wants to play and ride koi fish and penguins. And just as I said it, I know it's an insane sentence to utter if you haven't seen the animation, but I promise you, yeah, it's a thing. And the guilt he has to go through, the learning process from being a reckless kid to a compassionate and powerful warrior, I just can't see that happening this way. Also, they changed Katara's character. She's not gonna be a maternal, caring figure like she was in the original show, because apparently women are not supposed to be those things anymore. And with Katara, the most important thing about her character, for me, she was always like this embodiment of water, because she was simultaneously soothing, caring, and gentle and motherly, but deadly. What is the point of stripping a perfect female character of all those soft traits when that didn't need to be fixed? This type of stuff really makes me crazy, because what's the point of calling it Avatar: The Last Airbender at this point if you're changing everything that made these characters special and inspiring? I'm gonna go back to editing this video. I've said in a video that I'm still gonna be watching it and trying to enjoy it, but I don't know. That's how I felt 2 days ago, and it's only getting worse. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about all of this? If you're a fan of the original show, like I am, like everyone is, because it's a perfect show. And now we know why the original creators of the animation left this show, due to creative differences. Next up, I'm gonna do a video about Percy Jackson, because again, I feel like I did a video recently about Star Wars and why Star Wars on Disney Plus always fail. And I feel like all of the points in that video still apply to Percy Jackson. It's another mid show, but I'm gonna do a separate video about this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do and help me grow this channel, and I'll see you later. Bye.